Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is for the newest release from Knees Lacquer. I have their new The Fall of the House of Usher collection. So I've got a lot of sale info. Hi, Sass. Oh, hold on. Apparently Sassy wanted to come say hi to everyone. Come here, baby. Up to Daisy. Okay, you're not gonna bite my face like a certain somebody. Say hi to everybody, Sass. Alrighty. No, don't lick off my makeup. Don't lick off my makeup. Hi, I love you too, but we can't lick off mommy's makeup. This is the beginning of the video. We gotta stay looking together for a couple more minutes. Okay, hop down. Thank you. I love you. Before we get into today's video, I got a couple of things to mention, and the first being, if you are new around here, hi, my name is Nicole. It is wonderful to meet you, and thank you very much for clicking on today's video. Do consider hitting subscribe if you enjoy lifestyle-related content. I upload new videos every single week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I also go live on Sundays. If, in fact, you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? Just how's everyone's week going? I'll be right back. You're going back out, Sass. Come on, come on, come on, back out. The products featured in today's video were sent to me by Knees Lacquer for the purpose of swatching and reviewing. This video is also sponsored. Thank you very much to Knees Lacquer for sponsoring today's video. As I said earlier, this collection is dropping on November 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Knees Lacquer website. As well as having a 9-piece collection full of a variety of finishes, we also have some mystery bags. On top of this release happening, there's also going to be a massive 20% off sale site-wide happening at the same time of this release. I have a ton of extra sale information that I'll save for the end of the video. As far as the mystery bags go, as per usual, I will save those for the end of the video, and I'll give you plenty of warning before they pop up on the screen in case someone does not want to get spoiled. So as always, down in the description box, I will have links to where you can pick these polishes up. I do believe they'll also be popping up the Knees Lacquer stockist pages, but Knees Lacquer also does ship internationally from the US. I will also have the Knees Lacquer social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post on NicoleLovesNails.com where I host all of my swatch photos, as well as provide a written review, and of course, timestamps are in the description box as well. Let's just get into this video. First up, we have Clarity, which the brand describes as a dark plum base with a strong green to purple shimmer, as well as a scattering of silver light reflective glitter. Clarity had a fantastic formula. Prior to me reading the official description for this polish, I actually thought it was going to be like a blue tone black. Like, it is a very cool but very dark colored base. I found once this was built up for me in 2 coats, I found that on the nail, like, it pretty much looks black. Like, it's very, very, very dark. I just love how strong the shimmer is in this polish. I found in person it has a green to blue kind of color shift. I was seeing a hint of purple at extreme angles. I think what really made me love this polish the most was the addition of those silver light reflective glitters. I feel like I regularly go back and forth on how much I actually like light reflective glitter, but there is this something about something super duper sparkly that obviously I'm going to enjoy. So yeah, I really like them a lot. The glitters, of course, do dry down with some texture, so I would recommend doubling up on your top coat to get the smoothest finish possible. And also, of course, do not scrub this polish off. Light reflective glitters will definitely scratch up your nail plate a little bit if you try to scrub these off. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat for the easiest removal. My photos show Clarity in 2 coats plus 2 coats of top coat. I'm going to call this one a 2 to 3 coater depending on nail length and personal preference. My nails are currently at the shortest they can physically be, and I feel like if my nails were a little bit longer, I likely would have gone in for a 3rd coat. And now we have Daydreams, which Knees describes as being a dark burgundy base with a strong blue to purple shimmer, as well as a scattering of silver light reflective glitter. This is a very kind of grungy shade of dark burgundy. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of brown in here maybe. Similar to the previous shade, this is another very dark one. Not so dark that I think it's gonna look like it's black in low lighting, but still dark. Started off very sheer on that first coat, and I thought it was gonna be one of the Knees, like more sheer, very obvious visible nail lines kind of polishes. However, I found that this built up really nicely for me in only 2 coats. Like the previous shade, the light reflective glitters do give this polish quite a bit of texture, but also quite a bit of sparkle. I originally swatched this one around 4 p.m. here on the East Coast, so the sun was not doing a great job at cooperating with me, but I still think you can see like the twinkles of reflective glitter in here. This is going to be really pretty in brighter lighting. I am also going to call this one a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length and personal preference. I use 2 coats for my full hand swatches. Do not scrub this polish off. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat. Do not scrub. Don't do it. And now we have Denial, which the brand describes as a sage green with a silver to gold to green shifting shimmer. Denial is another one of the more grungy, murky kind of polishes in this release. I feel like this murky kind of sage green is leaning very much towards the prugly side. The first coat, I actually thought this was butt ugly.
That's right, I said it!
And I didn't start liking it until I started building it up more in coats. Coverage overall is fairly even, so if you don't mind it being very sheer, coverage is pretty good in 2 coats. I opted to build this one up in 3 coats because, like I said, on the first coat, I wasn't really a fan. On the second coat, I was like, okay, this is kind of cute. Third coat, I was like, okay, I actually like this one now. The shimmer largely stays in the silver to gold kind of category, and I was able to see the color shiftiness as I moved my hands around a little bit more. I was honestly a little underwhelmed by it just being silver, but once I started moving my hands around and I could start seeing the color shifts, then I was really more appreciative of this one. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured. Removal is not going to be overly difficult, but it will be fairly messy. And now we have Happy Hunting, which the brand describes as a rich red with a jewel-toned shimmer and hollow flakies. This is that juicy, jewel-toned red shade that I've been really enjoying recently. I feel like the base on this leans a little bit towards being a pinky red, but the colors that the shimmer are warm it back up to being a reddish orange. In case you can't tell by that, the shimmer has a red to orange kind of color shift. Happy Hunting had a fantastic formula. It applied really nicely and had surprisingly good coverage. I was kind of expecting this one to be a very sheer one. I do still think it's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on application style and personal preference. The holographic flakies in here are super duper tiny, so they do not dry down textured at all. I could tell in my lighting that they were in fact holographic and not just silver flakies, but I don't think they're the most in your face holographic either, just because they're really small. While the flakies do not dry down texture, you will still want top coat to give this one a nice glossy finish. I didn't personally experience the lobster hand phenomenon with this polish, but I do also think it does kind of bring out the inner warmth of my skin tone nonetheless. Happy Hunting removes very easily, and I had no issues with staining. Next up, we have Immortality, which Bee's Knees describes as being a smoky black base with a strong blue to indigo shimmer. In the bottle, Immortality was the polish in this release that I was least impressed by, largely due to the fact because I feel like for the past couple of releases, we've had polishes that look just like this many times. And I recognize that the base color on them are all a little bit different, but on the nail, I feel like they're so similar that I'm just kind of like, deja vu. But I recognize that not everyone has every polish from the brand, and of course, on this channel, we do believe in similar but not the same. While I do fully admit this one does look a lot like some past polishes, I do still think this looks so damn pretty. I was a little bit annoyed with myself with how much I was really liking how this looked on me, because I know we have very similar polishes like this from the brand already. Coverage and application were both fantastic for this one. I ended up swatching this one in 3 coats plus glossy top coat. Initially, I thought I had reached full opacity with 2 coats, but I found when I went to go and add top coat, I had a couple of light spots on my nails, so I decided to add a 3rd coat just in case they showed up in photos. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured. Removal will be very easy, and I had no issues with staining. Next up, we have Lemon, which the brand describes as a clear base filled with a strong lemon yellow shimmer as well as a scattering of silver reflective glitter, and had a fantastic formula. Even though this polish is in a clear base, the shimmer is so ridiculously strong. It does give the appearance as if that the base was in fact tinted with something, but because all of the opacity that you're getting is from the shimmer, you do need to build this one up to get the most opacity, or you can use it as a topper, which is what I'm showing here on the screen. For my full hand swatches, I opted to swatch this one in 3 coats. I found I did still have some visible nail line with this one, especially in brighter lighting, but oh my god, I was head over heels in love with this polish. Shimmer does have like a yellowy golden to like an orangey kind of color shift to it. The reflective glitters, of course, will give this polish quite a bit of texture. I opted to go in for 2 coats of top coat to smooth the glitters out, and you know, do not scrub this one off again. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat for the easiest removal experience, and I had no issues with staining. And now we have Nevermore, which the brand describes as a blackened purple base with a silver to pink to green shifting shimmer like raven feathers in the light. The shimmer in Nevermore is very similar to the shimmer in Denial, but I did find that this polish was a bit more opaque than Denial was. I only needed 2 coats to reach full opacity with it. I found the base color on this one is a dusty mauve-y kind of purple leaning base. I'm not generally the biggest fan of mauve anything, and I didn't really care for this one very much. Just my own general personal color preference preferences talking and not at any fault of the polish itself. I found similar to Denial, the shimmer largely looks mainly very silvery on the nail. I found that I could see like a silver to pink color shift, but my eyes weren't able to really pick up a green color shift at all. My photo showed Nevermore in 2 coats plus a glossy top coat. This will remove fairly easily, but a little bit messy, and I had no issues with staining. Next up, we have still no excuse. And describes this one as a midnight blue lion sibling with that same red to green shifting shimmer and hollow flakes. The shade of blue that is this polish is so damn beautiful. I really struggle with colors that are this color to not like them. Formula application as well as coverage for this polish to be absolutely fantastic. It was slightly on the thicker side, but not so thick that I had difficulty with application. The shimmer in this polish is just so damn beautiful. Like everything about this, I was just absolutely in love. You will likely be seeing a red to gold color shift with green coming in at very, very extreme angles. And I love me a holographic flaky moment in this polish. Everything about it was just so damn beautiful. The flakies do not dry on texture, they spread it very evenly and easily. You will want top coat for a glossy finish, and removal on this one is not going to be overly difficult, but likely will be messy. I initially thought that this was going to be one of those polishes that has like that top coat bleeding issue, but I did not notice any issues with my top coat bleeding once I added it to this one. Next up we have There's Always Consequences, which the brand describes as a dark turquoise with a strong pink to gold to green shifting shimmer. There's Always Consequences had a fantastic formula. This is one of the sheer polishes in this release. Looking at how this looks on the nail versus what the official description was, I didn't think it looked all that dark, to be honest. You really need to add the 3rd coat to get the darkness that the brand is describing. And even in 3 coats, it's not really dark or murky or grungy like some of the other polishes in this release are. It's feel fairly jewel toned in my opinion though. This is another one of the polishes in this release that I feel like will be interesting to compare on live stream on how similar it is to previous Bee's Knees polishes. I feel like it's reminding me of a couple of things just straight off the bat. Shimmer is super strong and is as described, so obviously I think it is a very pretty polish, just, you know, it just feels very similar to other things we've seen from the brand already. Alrighty, so final thoughts. So my initial thoughts when I saw this release, I was so damn happy that Bee's Knees Lacquer gave us a collection that was not just straight shimmers. I feel like my biggest ask of the past few months from Bee's Knees was please just release some things that aren't just straight shimmers, and I'm really happy that we did in fact have a variety of finishes in this release. Did all of the polishes still have shimmer? Yeah. Pretty much, but there were other components added as well, so I was very happy about that. I will fully admit quite a few of these did make me think of some previous Bee's Knees Lacquer polishes. I am currently thinking that I'm going to do a big old Bee's Knees Lacquer comparison live stream for next Sunday, so if people have any like specific requests on which polishes to compare, please drop them in the comment section and I'll pull the polishes up. I finally organized my Bee's Knees Lacquer collection, so hopefully I'll make finding comparisons a little bit easier. I had a very strong feeling when I was looking at these polishes before I swatched them that Lemon and Still No Excuse were going to be my top picks from this release, and you know what? They were. They were. So yeah, I thought this was a really nice release all in all. I'm really happy that we have a variety of finishes in this collection, but I also do recognize that quite a few of these are, you know, giving me some similar vibes to previous Bee's Knees Lacquer releases. Based on the information that I got sent over from the brand, the overall color story theme of this was supposed to be dark and moody, and I feel like overall this does feel like a very dark and moody collection. Alrighty, buckle up because I got a lot of sale information to give you all. So the sale for this starts on November 24th at 7 p.m. on the Bee's Knees Lacquer website. This is going to have a slightly shorter sale period than the typical Bee's Knees Lacquer launch. The pre-order for this release ends on November 27th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. As with the past few Bee's Knees Lacquer launches, all the polishes have a very soft cap of 1,000 bottles. What I mean by soft cap is if those 1,000 bottles do sell out, they will be able to add extra inventory. However, any polishes sold in those will have a new pre-order window of 3 to 4 weeks after the sale period closes. As I mentioned earlier, there will be a 20% off site-wide sale, and these polishes will be a part of that sale. Everything on the website will be 20% off at the time of this sale launching. There is no need for a code. It'll be automatically added to your cart. All the polishes in this release are priced at $14. There are a couple polishes that are priced at $14.50. And again, Knees Lacquer does have a 15 ml bottle. There will also be some overpours available of the past few releases. The list that I have currently for the overpours, we will have the Fourth Wing and Leon mystery bags, as well as the Hellbent collection from, I think that was last month. There will be overpours available for those releases, and there is a purchase limit on those overpours at 1 per person. Unlike the past few months, there are not going to be any limits on purchasing this main collection. You can buy as many as you want as soon as the sale opens up. On the new mystery bags, there is a 1 bag per person limit. These new mystery bags are inspired by One Dark Window, and they are priced at $25 plus shipping for 2 mystery polishes. These are listed as 1 per person, but not 1 per household. So if you, your mama, your daddy, and your grandma all want to get mystery bags and you all live together, you can all buy 1 of the bags. All of the mystery bags feature a shimmer plus holographic finish, and the brand does say that there might be some lion siblings in the mystery bags. Also, Knees Lacquer recently just started having a new email list. If you sign up for the newsletter, not only do you get like sneak peeks of upcoming releases, you will also receive a 10% off coupon if you sign up. I don't know if the 10% code that you get by signing up for the emails will stack with this 20% off sale. Maybe it will, I don't know, but you know, give it a try, I guess. So that was it for the sale information. I'd love to know what everyone thought of this release. If you're planning on picking up anything, I would really love to know. If you don't want to be spoiled for the mysteries, feel free to leave the video now. But before you leave, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate it very much. For everyone else who wants to see some spoilers, Knees sent me over 2 of their mystery polishes. At the time of recording this, I do not yet have all of the information for the mysteries. I will have a blog post up specifically for the mysteries, and once I receive that information, I'll have it all listed on the blog post. Let's get into the mysteries. First up from the mysteries, we have the Black Horse. The brand describes this as a black base with a pink to green shimmer and hollow flakies. The Black Horse had a fantastic formula. I was so surprised to find out that this polish has a black base. In my notes, I wrote it down as having like a very blackened purple, maybe even blue base. It's very cool toned, whatever color it is. This is going to be one of those polishes that you definitely want to build up on that first coat. It's very sheer, very uneven looking. I found in 2 coats, it still looked very that darkened, blackened, purpley blue color. And it wasn't until I built it up in 3 coats that I found it really looked like the color on the nail is what I was seeing in the bottle. And the shimmer in here is beautiful. I like it a lot. It is exactly as described and oh so holographic as well. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured. You will want top coat for a glossy finish. Super easy removal, but it will be a little bit messy due to the holographic flakies. Next polish is Fever in the Night. I was so shocked at how similar this polish looks in the bottle to Happy Hunting from the actual main part of the collection. Side by side, they don't look anything alike, but in the bottle, like they look like twinsies. Knees describes a Fever in the Night as a wine red lion sibling polish with that same red to green shifting shimmer as well as holographic flakies. On the first coat, you can really see that kind of purpley red tone in the polish really well. I was so surprised though when I got this on my nail because in the bottle, like all you're seeing is like bright AF red to orange. So yeah, I was not expecting it all to have like this cool purpley kind of tone to it. And I was even more surprised at how much I ended up liking that vibe. Like usually wine reds, not really my thing, but I really like this one all. It was very pretty. Formula, application, and coverage were all fantastic for this polish. I'm going to call it another 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. I used 2 coats from my full hand swatches, but I could see folks with longer nails maybe wanted to go in for a 3rd coat. The shimmer mainly pulls red to gold. I was not able to pick up any of the green color shifts at all in person. The holographic flakies will not dry down textured, super easy removal, but a little bit messy, and I had no issues with staining. I'm having a hard time deciding which of the 2 mysteries that I received I like more. I did not think that I was going to like them just based on the bottles because it looked like a red and a black, and those are not my kind of colors, but they weren't just red and black. So yeah, I don't know which ones I like more, so I'm not going to pick a top pick out of those because I just like them both. Thank you all so very much for watching today's video. Before we end today's video, I want to give a very special shout out to my channel members. Besties, thank y'all so dang much. You guys are truly the best. I'll see you all in about 3 hours for today's live stream. So just besties, thank y'all so dang much. I think I'm also gonna officially change the name to Shenanigang. I think that's what we're gonna go with, not besties. You guys are amazing. Your names, of course, are on the screen right now. If you'd like to sign up for my channel memberships, I have a link for that down in the description box. But you know, as always, please do not feel pressure to sign up. Just like the video, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things, and seriously, we're good. So one more time, thank you all so very much for watching today's video. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday for the live stream. Also, don't forget to drop any comparison requests in the comment section, so that way if I know I have the polishes, I can pull them up for the comparisons. So I'm currently thinking that the Bees Knees Lacquer comparisons live stream will be on November 19th. November 12th is going to be our book club for October. Also, not gonna lie, I am both looking forward to and kind of dreading this comparisons live stream. I've got quite a lot of Bees Knees Lacquer and I'm a little scared at pulling them all up for comparison. So, you know, send some good vibes, please. Alright, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!